What is up, Sooner fans? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Another edition of a position group breakdown today with Jackson. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You see it there on the bottom of the screen. Hit that button. Join up with Sooner Surge so you know every time we go live or every time we release a video. Also, check out the Fan Stop, www.thefanstop.com. Code SURGE will get you 10% off your first 3 months if you sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. So make sure and do that. They got, it's locally owned. They got great, officially licensed merchandise. You're going to want to sign up for it, I can promise you. So check them out, thefanstop.com. Jackson, we're going to be breaking down the defensive back, specifically cornerback room today. And a room where I think maybe the biggest thing going into this year because of last year with Gentry Williams and everything, I think maybe it's just going to be the health of the defensive back room. I think they have depth there. There's just not a whole lot of playing experience depth. So just give me your first overall thoughts, Jackson.
Well, to me, this is the room on the defense I think that has the most to prove, and which I say that is because you don't really have many guys that have played much football outside of Gentry Williams. Eli Bowen played a good amount last year, but also he got banged up. And like behind him, you have a bunch of guys who have hardly seen the field at OU. I mean, Devon Jordan played very few snaps last year whenever he could play. Jeremiah Newcomb didn't see the field at all. You have Cortland Guillory, who's been a freshman that we've heard great things about in the spring and also now fall camp. And I think with that corner room, you talk about it with the health. If Gentry Williams can stay healthy and Eli Bowen can stay healthy, I think we both agree they're going to be the two starters at corner to take the opening snaps. But behind them, you have a ton of guys that I think, Jay, are battling for snaps and playing time. Even Jacoby Johnson. I mean, we know on paper, Jacoby Johnson, he's somebody you see, that's a first-round pick. The stats, they say it, the size, the weight, everything, he has it all. He just needs to show the consistency on the field. So in that corner room, I think it's a big question about who is going to separate themselves as we get closer to the season. And even as Eli Bowen's been hurt throughout camp so far, what guys may be playing the best with the first team?
Well, what I really like about this room, I do think it's a very competitive room.
I agree.
Very young. And what I really like about it is under Brent Venables, I might be wrong. I'm just thinking this top of my head. This might be the first year under Brent Venables that there's not one transfer in the defensive back. These are all recruited kids out of high school. Every one of them. Unless you can think of one, I think they're all recruited from Jay Valai and Brent Venables. And they're all young. And so I think that's pretty cool that you got that many guys, no transfer, and they're fighting it out for these positions. I think it's pretty cool. A lot of young talent in that room. You mentioned Guillory, really impressive so far in fall camp, sounds like. Freshman, true freshman. You got, Eli Bowen, like you said, played a little bit last year. I think if he's healthy, I think a lot of people expect a lot out of him. Same with Gentry, but it just depends on Gentry. He's been a few different years where he's been banged up. I think if he's healthy, he's really dang good. He's proved out in the field. When he plays, he's productive, not just in pass coverage, but in getting turnovers and in line of scrimmage tackling and all of it. So those two guys are really excited about them. But then you mentioned the other guys. Jacoby Johnson really hasn't gotten a chance to prove himself, needs to take that next step. Hawkins, another youngster that I think is going to be very talented or is very talented. And then Jeremiah Newcomb, his name's been thrown out there some too as well. Just a lot of Devin Jordan. Golly, Devin Jordan is a really talented player. And they all kind of have their own, I think, maybe their own strengths that they're the best at. But I think you're going to see a rotation this year, Jackson. I think you might have two starters, but I think you're going to see some of those young guys play even in situations that are pretty important. I can see them kind of going a couple deep on each side if they really wanted to. I could kind of see that a little bit, Jackson.
Yeah, and even another guy in this room that we haven't said, Jay, that could get some snaps at corner is Kendall Dolby. We've heard he's played some outside corner, so it just adds to the depth in that room. And I do think it's a very competitive room, as you said. Like Devon Jordan, Brent Venables said before fall camp, he may be the best athlete we have on the team, is the fastest guy maybe on the team. So whenever you hear that, I think as a defensive back, if you're a really good athlete and have speed, that's a good starting spot. Now, I do think whenever you talk about this room, them being all recruited, as you said, no transfers, that's something I've never even thought about. That speaks to what Brent Venables he wants to do in the development of these guys. And I think it's just I feel like they necessarily haven't had just a dude in the corner room. Like Eli Bowen was good last year for parts of the year. He was solid. He wasn't a dude. CJ Colden as a transfer in their BB's first year, he was probably the most consistent guy that they've had just based upon health so far. So now I think it's a question, as I've said, I know as you're going to say, who's going to separate themselves. And, I wouldn't be shocked by week 12 if there's a different starter than maybe one of the starters that's starting in the first week of the season, because it's just going to be a matter of who's going to be the most productive guy on the field. But until Gentry Williams can stay healthy, Jay, I'm not necessarily going to count on him being available for the majority of the year. And he's got to show that.
Agree. I mean, he's got to show it, and you hope these guys can get through fall camp unbanged up and can get through there and come game one, see what you got as far as guys on the outside. I don't know. I just think I did it on the live show. We do a live show every night. I don't know, it may have been a week ago. I had a hot take that I think Devin Jordan's starting game one. But that's based off our guys healthy in different situations. But I also think Devin Jordan's really good. I just think he is. And then it seems like every day Guillory's name pops up, like almost on the daily. Jeremiah Newcomb as well. And I like the size of some of these guys as well. So I'm interested to see what they do at defensive back. It's a position group that I think we all think it has to be better. It has to be good this year. If you would say maybe what is the thing that you are not really concerned about on the defensive side of the ball? Where is the biggest improvement from last year? I mean, I would probably say pass defense. I mean, with that defensive line, they're not going to allow a whole lot of rushing yards, I don't think. And so the defensive the back seven is going to be really good. That includes linebacker and safeties and everybody, not just defensive backs. But Jackson, who you got starting day one?
I'm going to have to go with Gentry and Eli. I'm going to play the safe money on this. I feel like that's the safe money. But at the end of the day, Jay.
Who's your 2D?
Oh, my backup two is Cortland Gilroy and Devon Jordan. I think those are going to be your top four guys. With Devon Jordan, I'll put Jacoby Johnson there. Yeah, but I think it's Cortland Guillory. I mean, you don't hear this kind of talk for a freshman the majority of the time, especially on a Brent Venables defense. Like Oklahoma, they played freshman, but this early in fall camp, like them getting a lot of run with the ones. So, and he has the prototypical size. So now it's just, I mean, is he going to be able to crack the two deep? And there's some guys in fall camp, like a Jacoby Johnson, he may not be getting all the buzz, but he has that experience in the game. And some guys, they just play better on the field, Jay. So maybe he could be that guy.
Yeah, and I tell you this, we're a little over 20 days away to the first game. I am so excited to watch the defensive back room because I think they are so talented. They're kind of eager to kind of prove what they can do. I think they're going to be fun to watch. I'm excited for it. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate you watching this video. We'll talk to you later. Till next time.